Imagine holding a coin that seems unassuming at first glance, a simple 1 cent piece from 1972. But as you turn it over in your hand, you realize it's a portal to a rich tapestry of American history, numismatic intrigue, and unexpected rarity. Today, I want to share the fascinating story of the 1972 US. One penny, a coin that for many seasoned collectors represents both the continuity of a great design and the excitement of spotting a rare anomaly hidden in plain sight. The 1972 penny sits at an interesting crossroads in U.S. coinage. By this time, the Lincoln cent had already established itself as an icon of American currency, having been first introduced over 6 decades earlier. The design we see today is a continuation of that legacy, featuring the dignified profile of President Lincoln on the obverse, and until 2008, the serene Lincoln Memorial gracing the reverse. In 1972, the coin was part of the regular flow of coin production, yet among the millions struck, there are those few that stand out due to minting errors or exceptional condition. It's these little imperfections, or sometimes miraculous anomalies, that elevate a common penny into a treasured rarity. Now, pause for a moment and let your eyes wander over this coin's intricate details. Notice how the finely rendered portrait of Lincoln exudes both solemnity and strength. The lettering, the clear, crisp details of his hair, and even the worn, weathered look of the inscriptions remind us of the countless hands and countless stories that have passed this coin from one owner to another. The reverse, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, carries its own subtle charm. Some collectors even note that when you hold the coin up to light, you can almost see the shadow of a grand building within its small, confined space, a detail that hints at both the artistry and the craftsmanship of the period. The allure of the 1972 penny for experienced collectors isn't just about its design, it's also about its rarity, particularly when it comes to error variants. Over the years, a handful of these pennies have been discovered with noticeable minting errors, the most famous of which involves a double die on the obverse. This isn't a mistake that occurs by accident. It's a fascinating quirk in the minting process where the design is impressed twice onto the planchet, resulting in exaggerated and overlapping details. For those who know what to look for, spotting a double die in a 1972 penny can be akin to finding a hidden treasure in a sea of ordinary coins. Such coins can command premiums far above their face value, sometimes selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Let's take a closer look at the key identifying features that set these rare 1972 pennies apart. First, examine the date and mint mark carefully. A genuine 1972 penny will bear a crisp 1972 along with a mint mark, if any, that indicates where it was struck. Coins from Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, while those from Denver will have a D. Beyond that, the error varieties often show distinct signs of double impression, with letters and numbers appearing to have a shadow or an extra outline. This subtle yet unmistakable flaw is what collectors hunt for. Of course, most 1972 pennies are perfectly normal and circulate in everyday transactions, but even within that vast population, only a handful have managed to preserve their mint state perfection or carry these coveted errors. When discussing market value, context is everything. In today's market, a standard 1972 penny in average circulated condition isn't particularly valuable. Its worth is mostly sentimental. However, for those with an eye for detail, coins in uncirculated condition, especially those graded by reputable services like PCGS or NGC, can be quite desirable. A 1972 penny graded MS-60 or above might fetch a modest premium, but if you come across one with that rare double die error, you're looking at a potential jackpot. Auction records have shown that such error coins can fetch anywhere from several hundred to several $1,000s, depending on the severity of the error and overall condition. Price trends over the past decade suggest that error coins and high-grade specimens have maintained steady appreciation, as collectors continue to seek out tangible links to America's numismatic heritage. As you admire the coin, consider some of the more intriguing tales and myths that swirl around it. There's a story among some collectors that in the early 70s, a few pennies were accidentally released with such striking double impressions that they seemed almost like a deliberate work of art, a serendipitous twist of fate that turned a routine minting error into a stroke of numismatic genius. Others claim that these error coins, rare as they are, have a sort of lucky reputation among collectors, their owners convinced that finding one not only enriches a collection, but also brings a measure of good fortune. While such tales might border on the mythic, they certainly add an extra layer of allure to the pursuit of this particular coin. The condition of a 1972 penny plays a critical role in its value. For those new to the hobby or even seasoned collectors, understanding the gradation system is key. Coins that have been well preserved from circulation, retaining their original luster and sharp details, will be graded higher. Think MS-63, MS-64, or even MS-65. These higher grade coins are rarer and consequently more valuable. On the other hand, circulated coins, which show signs of wear like scratches, toning, or loss of detail, typically only hold numismatic interest for those seeking to complete a set or for their historical significance rather than as a financial investment. It's this delicate balance between condition and rarity that makes each coin unique and determines its place in the collector's market. For those interested in adding a 1972 penny to their collection, there are a few practical tips to keep in mind. First, authentication is paramount. With the market for error coins and high-grade specimens thriving, it's essential to have any coin you're considering verified by a trusted grading service. Look for a certification number and a label that attests to its authenticity and condition. Next, proper storage cannot be overstated. Coins, especially ones that are potentially rare, should be stored in acid-free holders or capsules to prevent any environmental damage. Handling should be minimized. Use gloves when examining them to avoid transferring oils from your skin. Lastly, always buy from reputable dealers or auction houses. While it might be tempting to take a chance on a bargain, the peace of mind that comes with a well-documented purchase is invaluable. It's also interesting to compare the 1972 penny to similar coins that might be confused with it. For instance, pennies from adjacent years like 1971 or 1973 share a similar design, yet subtle differences in minting techniques, metal composition, or even slight variances in the engraving process can set them apart. Some collectors might also mistake a standard 1972 penny for one with an error, simply due to natural variations in the minting process. That's why a trained eye, and sometimes even a magnifying glass or a loupe, is crucial when examining these coins. Learning to differentiate between a naturally worn coin and one that has a genuine minting anomaly can make all the difference, especially when you're investing significant time and resources into your collection. As we wrap up our deep dive into the 1972 US, one penny, I invite you to reflect on the broader significance of what we're really collecting. It isn't merely about accumulating items that appreciate in value over time. It's about preserving stories, art, and history in a tangible form. Each coin, with its unique wear, error, or pristine finish, tells a story that spans decades, if not centuries. In a world that's constantly evolving, holding on to something as small as a penny can be a powerful reminder of where we've come from and the intricate journey of our shared past. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the 1972 US. One penny. I hope today's discussion has sparked a renewed appreciation for the artistry, history, and subtle mysteries contained in every coin. Until next time, keep your eyes open for those rare finds and never underestimate the story hidden in even the smallest piece of metal.